kid, the Christensen Brothers Rodeo stock contractors had a fantastic saddle bronc horse named War Paint. So I wrote this poem. It's titled War Paint, and this is a true story.
Okay.
Now, I'd rode some good horses, though, still in my teens, and I thought of myself as a hand. Then Rodeo beckoned and called out my name. It was time that I made a stand. So I paid up my entry, said I'll take a chance and try to win me a share. But this was no punkin' rolling. The best in the world were there. I walked on over to see what I'd drawn, and then I began to feel faint. When I read the list on the office door, I saw that I'd drawn War Paint. This horse is a champion, the best in the land. He'd earned the right to cause fear. 3 years in a row now, he'd worn the halter that said Bucking Horse of the Year. There was plenty of time to think now, to walk, to fret, to stew. I told myself, do the best that you can. It's the most anybody can do. The time moved so slow, the show seemed to drag, then everything turned to a blur. It was suddenly time to rosin my shafts and buckle down my spurs. Then I measured my rein and slid down in the saddle. There's no time now for the meat. I found my stirrups and screwed myself down, squeezed the swells till the rosin did squeak. Then I nodded my head and he chinned the moon. I held him in till his feet hit the ground. I somehow survived his wicked first jump, and I felt like I'd won the first round. Then he jarred my teeth with every jump as over his head he did kick, but I kept raking from stem to stern. I'd been practicing my spur and lick. About halfway through, he threw in some moves that never before had occurred. I give him his due, he tried something new, because like this, he'd never been spurred. Then the whistle blew and War Paint kind of eased, and I knew that I'd won, and that's that. I couldn't resist. With a flick of my wrist, I fanned his neck with my hat. Then the pickup man rode in with a crash and knocked the bronc off stride. He took me away and set me down and said, man, what a ride. The folks in the stands didn't believe what they'd seen. They sat there quiet at first, and then the roar started to build, and like a volcano it burst. They were hooping and hollering and stamping their feet and chanting my name out loud. And I turned with a grin and a wave of my hand, and I tipped my hat to the crowd. Then I unbuckled my shafts with a trace of a limp as I made my way back to the chute. My chest was puffed out without hearing my score. I knew that I'd won all the loot. Then I saw a sight in front of the chutes that really made me feel grand. The men who were my heroes were standing there grinning, waiting to shake my hand. Amidst the roar of the crowd and the slaps on the back, I said to myself, this is cool. Then Mom shook me and said, son, you better wake up or you're going to be late for school.